Welcome to Saturday Night Pit Fight, Modern Horizons 3 Edition, presented by Curving Out MTG. We have a great one in store for you today, with Garrett in the blue corner piloting Kudo King Among Bears. This is an aggressive strategy deck using Kudo's ability to buff cheap evasive creatures. His opening hand consists of Swords to Plowshares, Nissa Voice of Zendikar, Battlefield Raptor, Brushland, Wooded Foothills, Yavimaya Hollow, and Windswept Heath. In the red corner, we have Dawson piloting Ral, Monsoon Mage. This version of the deck is a tempo strategy deck, utilizing burn spells and counter spells to control the board until he can drop Murktide Regent or Emrakul the Promised End. His opening hand consists of 2 islands, Counterspell, Murktide Regent, Isn't Charm, Spell Pierce, and Balmor Battle Mage Captain. Let round 1 begin.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's roll for I.
7.
3.
I'll be on the play.
I'm terrible at this.
Alright, so we're both keeping 7?
Yep.
Alright, I will go Windswept Heath, cracking it. Alright, I got this Savannah, and I'm going to tap it for a Battlefield Raptor and pass.
Draw. Plant Island. I'll pass.
Tap, draw. I will go a Snow-Covered Plains, tapping 2 for Kudo, and then I will swing 2 at you.
Take 2.
Pass the turn.
Draw. Play a mountain. And I'll pass.
Draw. I will go Brushland, and I will tap 3, 2 green and 1 for Nissa Voice of Zendikar.
In response, I tap 2 for an Isn't Charm, doing 2 damage to Kudo.
Okay, that's fine. I will. Thank you. I'll go to combat and swing 1 at you.
Take 1.
Then I will +1 Nissa to make a 0/1 plant. I'll +1 her to make the plant and pass the turn.
Untap, draw. I'll play an island for turn. I will tap 2 for Ral. And I'll pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Snow-Covered Plains. Tapping 4 for Kudo.
In response,
Yep.
tap a blue for Remand. Counter target spell. If it's countered this way, put it into the owner's hand instead of the graveyard.
Yep, that's
And
fine.
then trigger on Ral. Odds I'm safe. I'm safe. I would elect not to flip them on the cast. And I'll draw a card.
Okay. I will uptick Nissa to make another plant. And I'll go to combat, there we go, and swing 1 more at you.
Take 1.
Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. I will tap 2 for Balmor Battle Mage Captain. And then I will pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'm gonna play Yavimaya Hollow for turn. I'm going to tap 1 to cast Swords to Plowshares on Balmor.
Response to tap a blue for Opt. Discard 1. Draw a card.
You'll have a trigger on top of the scry.
bottom. And I'll draw a card. That'll happen.
Cool.
So it will get +1 on it, so it's toughness or power.
Equal to its power.
Gain 2.
Also the sirens. Alright, then I will tap 2 and cast Kudo. I will go to, before going to combat, I will -2 Nissa to put a 1/1 counter on each creature I control. I will go to combat and swing total of 6 at you. Or, sorry, each of them get +1/+1, so a total of 9 at you.
Tip 9.
And I will pass the turn there.
Untap, draw. I want to pay red for Lithomantic Barrage. And 5 damage to Kudo.
Yep.
Then I'm going to evoke Fury, pitching Witch's Mark to it.
So it is currently, we currently have 2 0 2 or 1 2s and a 2 3.
I'm going to do 2 damage and 2 damage.
That will not kill Battlefield Raptor.
Or I'll do 3 then 2, or 3 then 1.
Okay, in response, I'm going to exile Mentor of the Meek for the alternate casting cost of Force of Virtue. All my creatures get +1/+1.
That's fine.
So Nissa will go down 1. And I can cast it, I can use its alternate casting cost only if it's not my turn.
Yeah. Pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'll play a command tower. I'll tap 6 for Kudo.
In response, tap 2 for counterspell.
Yep. I'm going to -2 Nissa, killing her to put 1/1 counters on each of my creatures. And then I'm going to swing.
It's not counters.
Or sorry, yes. So you have 2 2/3 plants and a 4/5 or 1 2 yeah 4/5 bird.
I'll block one of the plants,
Okay.
so I'll take 3.
4 because of this. 2 1/1 counters. It gets +1/+1.
Okay. So 4 and then 3.
3. So 7 total damage.
Ral's dead. Put Ral on the bin. So 7 total damage.
Yep. Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. Play a mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Delved. Ral goes in the exile. Put him in the command zone. For Murktide Regent with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. That's game. Here we go.
Sweet.
Alright, let's hop into game 2. Garrett had to go down to 6 cards for this. He kept Force of Virtue, Savannah, Temple Garden, Elvish Spirit Guide, Snow-Covered Plains, and Battlefield Raptor. Dawson's opening hand consists of Cephalid Coliseum, Island, Shivan Reef, Third Path Iconoclast, Frantic Search, Fury, and Force of Will. Let round 2 begin.
Alright, I'll be on the play. Okay, Shivan Reef and pass.
Draw. I'll go Savannah into a Battlefield Raptor and pass.
Draw. Play Island. And I'll tap 2 for a Third Path Iconoclast. Pass.
Alright, I will go with, I think I'm going to go with a Snow-Covered Plains. I'll go ahead and tap 2 for Kudo. I'll go to combat and swing Battlefield Raptor at you for 1. And I will pass the, or 2, and pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. Play Cephalid Coliseum. I will evoke Fury by pitching Power Bounce, dealing 2 and 2.
In response, I will exile Mentor of the Meek to flash in Force of Virtue.
Pale life for red. Cast Ral. Go ahead.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'll go Windswept Heath, and I will just swing at you for 3. Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. Play Mystic Sanctuary. Tapped. Tap 3, paying a life for Cephalid Coliseum, floating a blue for Frantic Search, trigger Ral. Odds I'm safe.
Trigger both of them, right?
Yes.
And I'll have a response on top of it. I'm going to tap 1 to Swords to Plowshare, Third Path.
Okay.
So you'll gain 2 life, he'll be exiled, and you'll still get the 1 trigger, but
Yep.
we'll get rid of, we won't let it get out of hand.
So then I will draw 2 cards and discard 2. And then discard Simian Spirit Guide and a Mountain. And I'm up to untap 3 lands. So I got this blue floating. Pay 3 and a blue floating for Mystic Confluence, trigger Ral. Take a damage.
Which modes do you choose?
I'm gonna choose return target creature to its owner's hand once and draw 2 cards.
Okay.
So I will return Kudo and draw 2 cards. Pass the turn.
Got it. End step, I'm gonna crack the Heath. I'll get this Lush Portico and Surveil one. I'll go ahead and bin Archetype of Courage. Untap, upkeep, draw. I will shock in this Temple Garden. Then I will tap 2 for Kudo.
Response. Force of Will, pitching Jace.
Yep, that works.
On trigger Ral. I will leave them as is.
Okay. I will tap 2 x equals 2 for an endless one.
Mm-hmm.
Enters with 2 1/1 counters. I'll go to combat and I'll swing Battlefield Director for 2. Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. Mountain. Pass.
Draw. I'll play a Dryad Arbor as land for turn, and then I will Kudo's bounced in my hand, so he's only been cast once from the command zone, twice, but once from the command zone. So I'm gonna tap 4 for Kudo.
Yep.
And then I will go to combat and swing both at you. So that will be 3 and 5.
Block here.
Okay, so 3 damage gets through.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
Tap, draw. Play a mountain for turn. Pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Tree of Tails for turn, and I'll go to combat and swing all 4 at you.
Begin.
Congrats to Garrett on his 2-0 victory with Kudo, King Among Bears. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Saturday Night Pit Fight videos coming out weekly. And we have our podcast starting up with our pilot episode coming out shortly, and more set reviews and other great Duel Commander content. And we'll see you next week for more Saturday Night Pit Fight.